Thank you for joining me. Today we'll be looking at Clover's invoicing feature. To get started, we're going to look at the top left and go to New Sale. That takes us to the virtual terminal, where we could take payments normally by inputting a card, but in this case we're going to put the drop down, select Invoice, input the amount. You'll see the option here for a tax percentage as well as a tip. These are optional and something you would set up when you first log in, so most likely you won't see something like a tip option on yours. And there's also the note for item and service. For this line, I would recommend putting in your own RO number if you have one, or just something for your reference. Next, we'll scroll down, and here you'll see the customer information section. Because this will be emailed, you will have to create a customer. If you already have one, you can search them here by either their name or the business name, but in this case, we'll hit New Customer. And you'll see only the stars are required, which is only going to be the email here, although I would recommend putting a first and last name, personally, just to help you identify it later if needed. And then we'll hit Save. Here you'll see the customer. Scrolling down a bit, the invoice delivery section shows who it'll be sent to, the day it'll be sent, today, and you can choose due upon receipt or a later date if you like. Lastly, you'll hit Create Invoice and show that the invoice was successfully created. So we will go over to Done, which takes us back to the virtual terminal. Now to take a look at past invoices, we can navigate over to Sales Activity, followed by going down to the Invoices line, which will load this screen here. At the top, you'll see some general information about how much you've collected your date, 30 days, unpaid balance, etc., as well as ways to search. Looking down, we can see two invoices, one I did earlier, which shows paid, and the one we just created, which shows pending. Depending on the status, you'll have different options over here with the three dots, such as sending a reminder, which we can't do because we just created it, but if it's the next day, viewing the invoice or canceling the invoice. And then for the paid invoice, we can actually go view, see some basic information, as well as the payment ID down here. And this will be one of the two ways that we can use to look at the transaction of the payment. And that jumps us to this transaction sections here, where we can see the payment details, as well as having a few options like voiding it off, sending another receipts, viewing the receipt ourselves, etc. The other way we can get to this same detail of viewing the transaction or other transactions is just to go over here to the transactions line and then scrolling down a bit. And on this list here, you see the pay transaction from earlier today, but you would also see all transactions for the date range that you have selected. And finally, we can go over to Finances, where we can view some important information, such as Closeout, which will show us the batches and currently open batch. Unless you've specifically set it to manual batch, your batch will be automatically closed, so this open batch will be sent off at the end of the day so that it can be funded. To view your actual deposits, normally there would be a line here called deposits. On the demo accounts here, that will not show up, but I can show you an example of what it looks like, which would look something like this. The deposits line, showing you each day, the amount submitted, etc. And with that, you've got all the basics to begin sending those invoices. Thank you for watching, and please check out our other videos if you need any additional help, or feel free to give us a call anytime. Our number is in the description below. Take care.